Hello everybody, I'm Luck, and I recently posted a video about me discussing the first season of Demon Slayer. I talked about how I kinda think it sucks and I'm not a big fan of it, but I mentioned how I'm a huge fan of the second season. I think it's genuinely peak anime, and I promised to make a video about it, so here it is. Let's start with the characters. Demon Slayer already had some decent characters and some very hateable characters, Zenitsu, but the second season of Demon Slayer really builds on the characters and uses them in a fun and likable way. They also introduce new characters like Tengen. Tengen was just such a likable character, and he quickly became one of my favorite characters in Demon Slayer, right next to Rengoku. He had such a flamboyant personality, and it was just a blast watching him interact with other characters. He was also a powerhouse, so he didn't feel unnecessary or anything. Pair this with the perfect setting being the entertainment district, and it's a recipe for greatness. Tengen's flashy personality perfectly fits the setting, and the setting itself being this densely populated city just put up the odds. We knew that there was a lot of people living here and that they were at risk at getting hurt, as we later see in the later episodes that does happen. Innocent people do get hurt, and the fact that we get the first two episodes to actually get to know some of the characters really hammers in the point of how desperate the situation really is. So it pretty much had a perfect setting in my opinion. But the thing I feel like Demon Slayer Season 2 does so well is take the things Season 1 actually did good and work upon them, and kinda tries to ditch the things they did less good. Like for example, no one can say the animation in the first season is bad, because then they're just lying. The animation is amazing as well as the action scenes. So pretty much more than half of the season being just a big fight against Yutaro was amazing. It was an epic choice. Let's use a different example. For example, Zenitsu. I was very adamant about how much I hate him as a character in the first video, but having him be asleep for pretty much the whole season was an amazing choice in my opinion. And also the little parts of him we saw in the beginning where he actually was awake was actually bearable. Seeing him try to protect the children was, I kinda liked it. I still don't like him as a character because he cries so much and he's so goddamn annoying, and I wish he wasn't in the anime, but it wasn't as bad as the first season. So the second season of Demon Slayer pretty much takes everything this first season did well, builds upon it, and tries to at least hide the things it did less well. The setting was amazing and the characters actually had a lot of time to shine, but that isn't even the thing I like the most. It isn't even close to the thing I like the most. The thing that makes me feel like the second season of Demon Slayer is peak is the villain. Now, I had a big problem with the first season. The biggest problem actually was the fact that I didn't feel like there was a big villain. Rui was a boring character, but we now got Yutaro, and he is by far my favorite villain in Demon Slayer, and is actually on my list of just favorite villains in general. The way Yutaro and Daki's relationship kind of mirrors Nezuko's and Tanjiro's was really well made, and made both Yutaro and Tanjiro feel like deeper characters than maybe they even really was. And not to mention their backstory. No joke, that backstory, Yutaro and Daki's backstories, almost made me feel a tear. I felt tearing up because I have siblings and I care for them a lot, and seeing just the world keep beating Yutaro and just throwing shit at them was so tragic. It made me feel really bad for him, but the show isn't trying to make him seem like a good guy or anything. The show isn't scared of reminding you of, yeah, he's still a demon. He will kill innocent people and he's extremely sadistic, and so he still is a threat and he needs to be taken down. He was just so well made. Also, the first season of Demon Slayer, I never really felt truly threatened. I always knew, okay, Tanjiro was gonna survive and Tanjiro was gonna win. But this, I honestly felt worried. After Inosuke got stabbed in the heart and Tengen was like we thought he was dead. Apparently we wasn't, but still, that made me worry, and that made me feel scared for the characters, and that's how you know an anime is doing its job well. They kept giving us like small glimpses of hope that maybe, just maybe, they could win and could defeat Yutaro, but they just kept beating them down, and just right when we wanted the hope the most, they just took it away. And it was an emotional roller coaster that I loved. Not to mention his Blood Demon arc might not have been the most interesting, I'll be honest, but it was cool, and the animation really just boosted it to the next level. Pair this with his gimmick that both him and Daki needed to be beheaded at the same time posed a true threat, and that's what I liked. I never felt threatened watching Rui talk about his family, but I did feel threatened when Yutaro laughed or smiled. He was a sadistic and truly threatening character that was honestly also kinda understandable, you know? He had a deep and sad story, a backstory, and I loved him. But hey, that's just my opinion. If you disagree, make sure to tell me in the comments. I would love to hear your opinions. Keep in mind that this is still my second ever YouTube video, so if you see it, you're probably like a super cool human being, and you could always like subscribe, maybe hit the like button, I don't know. If you have any tips on editing or anything like that, please give me it, because I'm still extremely new to this. But with that said, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Have an incredible day.